Hey, I don't be with him, he's so basic. Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'ma slow pace it. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the gold place. And if we pulling up with the whole squad, are you ready? Done told y'all that you better be running. I'm in my go yard when I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man, suck it if y'all in denial. I get the chip on him and I bust out the south side. Is that big of the guy? Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, white diamonds, Miley Cyrus, private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, masterpiece, body, young. Hey, I don't know no better. I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy. I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming. I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy. I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro. I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team, and we riding on it. Yeah, more action and no talk. I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team, and we riding on it. Hey, couple of bands up in my pocket. I don't want pause to get wild nonsense. We got momentum, don't try to stop it. Diamonds are clearer than my conscience. I don't let bygones be bygones. That's when I'm honest.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. First of four berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
His first carry. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Hines. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 17 there, but it'll be second down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield to make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Now it's Hines. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Good. Makes the score Ravens 7, Dolphins nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the... end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Tua. That's complete to Mooney. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Tagovailoa working out of the gun, dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at about the 28. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what he
would have
hates?
kissed it on the ground.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On play action, here's Tua. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Justin Tucker to kick.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Tua going to hand this one to Breida. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On second down, Tua got a man, and he hits him in stride. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Out of the shotgun, Breida. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Tua wants to throw it on second down. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. And a big across here as he's taken down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Throwing is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
44-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
35-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Breida. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That'll be complete to Breida. An agile move, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Intended for Marquise Brown. Incomplete.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away.
Matt Hawk in punt formation.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
First down, Dolphins.
On first down, here's Breida. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
From the gun, it's Tua. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Looking downfield for Kelsey. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's going deep for Brown. He's got it at the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
This time Jackson will throw it. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
6 brings up 3rd and 9.
Now Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews there to make the grab as the Ravens push further out in front.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Darnell Mooney, the target there.
And it'll bring up 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Hines. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the screen pass. 32 yards.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
Now this time he'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens will extend their lead. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Ravens 28, Dolphins 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Tua sets up to pass it. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Darren Lee coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
3 and out.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. If they can finish this one out, they'll book a date in the AFC title game next Sunday, and it looks good so far as they try to run some clock here in this 4th quarter. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
2 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Travis Kelce, 78 yards. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead.
Point conversion.
Tua going to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back at the 10. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he goes out right around the 39. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets a made.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Again, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Jackson took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Naeem Hines, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone.